Elijah was on the run. After he had killed the wicked prophets of Baal, the evil Queen Jezebel threatened to kill him for all that he had done. King Ahab and Jezebel had wiped out all the other prophets. Elijah was the only one left, so it's safe to say that this was not an empty threat on Jezebel's part. Elijah had called it quits. He ran for his life. He left everyone and everything behind. He eventually came to a broom tree that was all by itself, just like he was. He lay down underneath it and prayed and asked God to take his life, but there was no reply. After Elijah finished praying, he lay down under the broom tree and went to sleep. As he was sleeping, an angel appeared to him and shook him awake. "Get up and eat," the angel said. Elijah looked around, and right beside his head was some nice warm bread, baked on hot stones, and a jar full of water. So Elijah did what the angel said. He ate some bread, drank some water, and then he lay back down. But the angel shook him again and told him to eat more, because Elijah had a long journey ahead of him, and he would surely need the strength. So Elijah ate and drank some more. Elijah went on to travel for 40 days and nights to a place called Mount Sinai, where he found a nice cave to spend the night. While he was there, the Lord said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Elijah started talking about how he had served God faithfully, but the people of Israel had done the exact opposite. They were tearing down God's altars and had killed all of God's other prophets. And now they were trying to kill him. God told Elijah to go out onto the mountain and stand before him. Once Elijah was there, standing on the mountain, God passed by him. Suddenly, there was a huge windstorm that hit the mountain. The wind was so strong that it tore rocks right off the side of the mountain. But God wasn't in the wind. Then there was an earthquake. Elijah held on tight as the ground shook. Once it finished, he realized that God wasn't in the earthquake either. After the earthquake, a fire began to blaze around Elijah. But God wasn't in the fire either. That's when Elijah heard it, the sound of a gentle whisper. Elijah quickly wrapped his cloak around his face because he knew that this was God. Elijah stood before God on the mountain, and God asked him again, "What are you doing here?" Elijah's response was the same. He told God about his concerns again. Then God gave him a plan. He told Elijah to go and anoint a new king and a new prophet to take his place. So Elijah went out and found Elisha. King Ahab and Queen Jezebel never were able to kill Elijah. In fact, Elijah never actually died. God brought him directly into heaven, but that's a different story for another time. The end.